Hey, this is Dan Enriquez.
And I'm Martin Burgess, and this is
The Lambily Meeting,
a podcast dedicated to the wonderful world of Mariah Carey.
where we break down all things Mimi, the short skirts,
The big hair, whatever. So, grab a splash, sit back,
and get ready to lamb out.
Hey lambs.
Here we are.
Hey Dan.
How are you, Martin?
Good, how you doing?
I'm doing really, really well.
Episode 5.
I know. Here we are. We now have a whole handful of episodes.
On one hand.
On one hand.
Yeah.
And today we're going to be talking all about Mariah's men.
We're getting all up in her business
All
like
up
a
in her
Wendy
like a
interview.
Wendy interview, right?
Oh wait, can I just tell the audience something real quick?
Yes.
So before I moved to America, I heard that lyric, all up in my business like a Wendy interview, and I had no idea what that meant.
Okay.
So, people of the world, Wendy Williams is a talk show host here in America.
Yes.
And she gets all up in people's business.
She asks them questions she shouldn't be asking.
Yeah, and you can find her on YouTube. She has a great talk show now that I love. I'm
Yes.
obsessed
I
with.
watch it pretty much every day.
She actually has an on-hand lamb as well.
Yes.
He works there.
Her, like, right-hand man.
Yeah, one of her producers, Norman.
Is a lamb. How you doing, Norman?
Hey, Norman. Anyway, so that's who Wendy is in All Up in My Business.
Yeah.
Like a Wendy interview.
Exactly. I knew that, but even though I'm not from New York, because she's normally like East Coast,
Yeah.
I knew it just because I heard their interviews, because she's interviewed Mariah a couple times.
Yeah.
So I just knew it through that. But
See, I didn't really catch on until I moved here.
yeah.
All those
of
years
course
ago.
not.
So that's a little educational fact.
There you go. Fact of the day. A little Mariah fact of the day for those of you who might not know it. But anyways, what were you up to this week, Martin?
I had a boring weekend.
Yeah, that's all right.
I had like allergies kicking
Oh,
in.
gosh.
The change of season.
It is. That now is the allergy time.
Yes, it
I'm
is.
sorry to hear that.
Well, I got into the Netflix.
See, that's what you do, right?
Yes, that's what I did. I saw this really funny movie called Welcome to Me.
Welcome to Me. Okay.
Have you seen it? It's got
I
Kirsten
don't-
Wiig in it.
Oh, wait. This is the one where the lady's riding around in like a swan
Yes,
like, thing or
So
something.
she's basically mentally ill. I think she has borderline personality disorder
Yeah,
or something.
I did see
something
it.
like
It's
that.
really good.
She's off her medication and she wins the lottery, like $80 million, and basically pays for her own TV show. Because she's writing the checks, they're basically letting her do anything she wants.
Exactly.
It's pretty freaking funny.
It was a funny movie. I did.
I really enjoyed it.
I love a good laugh.
I know, so that's what I did.
Well, that's fun.
What did you do?
I thought I was going to have a good laugh because I went to a taping of a TV show all the way out in Queens. Queens, honey.
Over there.
Over there. Like, I don't even know what Queens is. But anyway, so I went there, and it's this new NBC show that Neil Patrick Harris is hosting.
Okay.
And
How was it?
Well, it probably won't be around in 2 months, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I was a little upset because I went there and I didn't know, but this is like their test show. They're not even airing this show.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, 5 hours later, what am I doing here? Like, why are you retaping all these things?
Yeah.
It's a test show.
Yeah.
You're never going to air it. Like, get over it. But the one thing that I did like about it was his co-host is Nicole Scherzinger from Pussycat Dolls.
Love her.
And I love her.
Yeah.
She's so underrated, and she does not get the press that she deserves because she's very talented. She can sing, she can dance.
Yeah.
And she's very beautiful.
Okay, I like her, but she just I've never been obsessed or anything.
Yeah, well, I think that's the general public's opinion on her,
It's
too.
a shame, though. She's all of those things talented.
Yeah, she is.
Great singer.
But what little tidbit of fact here, the studio that this TV show was taping in was actually where Mariah taped her Triumphant video.
Oh, wow.
And I was an audience member or an extra in that video. So if you pause it at the right moment, you can actually see me.
So that was a legit studio?
That was like a legit studio. The video was like a 25-hour video shoot.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, it's a Mariah video. I'm like the only lamb there. Everyone
Yeah.
else is like actors.
Oh, wow.
And they're all like networking with each other, and they keep asking me, oh, what have you been in? What are you auditioning for? And I'm like, I'm here to see Mariah. Thank you. But it was great to see Mariah sort of like in business mode.
Yeah.
Like working. It was super, super great. She didn't, like normally, she would like interact with fans if people are there, but these were all like just extras and people. So she didn't interact with anybody except she did blow me a kiss and waved from the other side of the stage when she saw me. So I was like, hey girl, how you doing?
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. So that was my fun week, if you call it fun. But you know who's had more fun this week?
Who?
Miss Mariah.
Oh.
She's got a lot of moments.
Okay, you got to give us a moment. I'm waiting for my moment. We share moments whenever. Transitional moment, like a fun, cute remix moment, an amazing moment. But I'm also featuring moments for you. I need a camouflagean moment, a genius moment, a short moment. I've been waiting for this moment the whole day.
Okay, time for moments.
Moments. Here we are.
Big news day today.
I know. It's exciting.
I know. Finally, we have information about the Christmas movie.
I cannot wait.
So I found out on Mariah Carey Australia.
Love it. They're very, very good.
They're on top of everything.
They're on top of it, Rose.
Because how did they find out before? I'm here in America. They're over there. Anyway, they're doing well.
They're doing well.
Yeah. So the Christmas movie is called Melody and Mistletoe.
Aww, cute.
I know, premiering on December 19th.
On the Hallmark Channel.
Yeah.
And they do a bunch of Christmas type of cute little stuff like that. So this is going to be great.
Yeah, but by the way, Hallmark Channel and Lifetime Channel, they make cheesy movies.
Yeah.
That's their thing.
So I hope no one is thinking like this is going to be like some big blockbuster.
It's not Precious. It's not The Butler.
It's a cute little, seasonal movie.
It's going to be a family movie. Cheesy
really
moments.
Cute.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
I remember when they first announced this movie, I think there was an article on Black Voices on HuffPost. Mm-hmm. Posted an article saying, "Oh, Mariah's got a new movie coming out. I hope it's not like Glitter." I want it to be like Glitter.
Yeah. Can we get some Glitter Part 2?
Yeah. Exactly.
I'll take it. And I want Part 2 of the soundtrack as well, because that soundtrack is amazing.
A Christmas Glitters album?
Like, come on.
Anyway.
I'm down.
I want it to be cheesy and fun.
We're going to have to get new music out of this, because isn't she playing a music teacher in a school?
Yeah, so apparently she's... well, first of all, Mariah's directing the thing.
Yes, and
she's singing and starring, and her role is a music teacher who's helping a new student write a Christmas song.
That's so cute.
For like the town show or whatever.
That's amazing.
I
cannot wait to hear what we get.
I know.
Oh, I love it. It's just around the corner, too. They're going to start filming in Ohio in October.
Yeah, which I'm surprised, because I thought she would be down for a New York Christmas movie.
Yeah, right? I guess it's probably like, it's cheaper to film there. It's they probably get like a big like tax something or another. I'm sure it has a lot to do with money.
I'm also down for like a small town Christmas story.
Yeah, it probably is going to be like that.
Yeah.
I just hope they can get enough snow in there.
Yeah.
In October in Ohio. I don't know.
Do you think?
No.
I'm sure Mariah can figure it out.
I mean, she's the queen of Christmas.
She'll figure out some snow.
I mean, when we were at the Christmas show last year, did she or did she not make it snow?
It snowed when we left.
It snowed.
Right? When you had to leave the show, it snowed outside, and she did that.
She made it snow.
She knows people.
Exactly. I mean, she knows Santa. Yeah. They're friends.
Speaking of movies, this week was the 14th anniversary of Glitter. Which falls on the most unfortunate.
Very unfortunate day for it to fall on. But hey,
it's an anniversary.
It's an anniversary, and we celebrate anniversaries here. That's what we do.
Yes.
So I listened to that album for the first time in probably months, from like beginning to end. Mm-hmm. And every time I listen to it, I just love it.
We're talking about Glitter, by the way.
Yes, the Glitter soundtrack album, whatever you want to call it.
It's so good.
It's so good. She really blended in, we're just going to have to do a Lambily meeting on this, but she really blended in like the great musical styles of the 80s with current day music, and it's great.
Do you really think that 9/11 affected the movie? The terror attacks of 9/11 here in New York City.
Yes, of course it did, but the movie wasn't going to do good anyways.
Pretty cheesy.
For the general public, it wasn't going to do well. I love it because it's very campy.
Yeah,
it's very
amazing.
Mariah.
Totally.
And she looks good in it too, okay?
Yeah, and if I was going to make a movie, it would turn out like Glitter.
Right. I don't think Glitter's bad. I think it's fine.
I love it.
It's a fine movie. I can't believe people are still hating on it.
They still hate on it
14 years later.
But there's also, I think, a cult following occurring now.
Oh, there definitely is. I love when she was on Andy Cohen. See, now we're getting into the glitter, and talked about glitter, and I loved it. Okay,
anyway,
okay, because there's so many other moments.
We also got the Love Takes Time anniversary. Same day.
Same day for Love Takes Time came out the same day in 1990.
Yeah.
So there's actually and then also Fantasy was also this week's anniversary.
Was it Fantasy or Daydream?
I think it was Fantasy. It was Fantasy came out and debuted at number 1.
Oh, yes.
On, I think it maybe the 12th of September. I don't know numbers.
Yeah, a lot of
but something like that.
weeks.
But there's a lot of anniversaries.
Let's get back to the new stuff.
Yes.
Game of War commercial.
I always want to call it Game of Thrones because I think they're all
Lord
the
of the
same
Rings,
thing. Lord of the Rings.
Hobbit, it's all the same.
Yeah, something or another.
She's involved now.
I love it though. It's such a cute little commercial, and Mariah running with the sword at the end in her Xena warrior princess outfit.
Yeah, so if you
I fucking love it.
If you haven't seen it yet, it's basically this medieval themed moment with I don't even know how to describe it.
It's just a medieval moment
where people have swords and running and dragons, and so these guys are getting attacked from all angles, and they keep pushing this button on their phone, which they happen to have, and they keep playing Mariah's Hero.
Yeah, which is great.
Which is
you know she got a pretty penny for that.
Oh, absolutely.
You know she doesn't license her music out.
That's where the money is now.
Yeah,
in games,
of course.
So anyway, these guys are playing Hero, and then Mariah turns up.
And she's like the Slay Raya hero.
She's Slay Raya. Is she Mariah in the game? Or is she a character?
I think she's Slay Raya is officially her name.
Oh, it's Slay Raya.
I just made that up. But
okay.
We can. It's
Let's
totally
definitely
official. I mean, she slays the dragon.
So she's wearing her top head and hair are perfect, immaculate as always.
Flawless.
Then she's wearing a Xena armor, Xena warrior princess.
Which I love.
Outfit with a sword.
When she starts running with that sword, I just love it. I love when Mariah runs. I just do.
But this
I
is
don't
not
know what it is.
What's funny is they had to get a professional runner to do it for her. Because this is not Mariah running.
It's not Mariah running. I think it looks... whoever is, they're running like Mariah.
Mariah can't run like that.
Yeah, she can't.
That's a full athletic charge. Mariah cannot do that.
Maybe they taught her.
They might have. I need
Maybe
more
she
details.
had like a trainer or somebody.
I'm not mad about it.
Yeah.
It's just funny to see Mariah do that.
It's just hilarious. I love it, and I hope it gets a ton of I don't know,
buzz.
I don't know, buzz. I don't even know where you play that game at.
It's on the App Store.
Oh, okay.
Where SoundCloud is that you need to download,
and then you can listen to us. On SoundCloud.
It's in the same area.
Yeah, same. It's all the same thing.
But really interesting move on her part.
Yeah. You know what I think is really interesting is so this commercial for Game of War was essentially debuted on TMZ.com. And if you think back a little bit, so was the premiere of the Infinity remix, Why You Mad?
Yes.
So TMZ has got to be in cahoots with Mariah's management of some sort because they're getting all the exclusives.
I think her publicist is probably
it has to be
link there.
Which I don't know why they would go that route with TMZ, but I'm not mad because the things that we have gotten, we would otherwise not have gotten.
Yeah.
They've been releasing a lot of pictures of her and James.
Yeah.
So there's some sort of friendly deal going on there, I believe.
Probably,
which
but
is fine.
I think TMZ is good for creating buzz.
Yeah, because it's very popular.
Or not. If nothing... Like the Why You Mad, I think we just heard it there, then on YouTube a little bit, and that's it.
That's all we needed to hear.
Yeah.
That's fine.
We're not getting anything from there, are we? That song.
No, but that's fine. It was cute for a moment.
Yeah.
What other moments are we talking about? Well, Mariah's back in New York, essentially. I know that she was here, and then she was there, and then she was in Malibu with the kids. But the kids are now out at Daddy's house.
Wait, have you noticed that Mariah's look has changed a little bit? She's bringing us back down to jeans.
Jeans and very demure looks.
Yeah.
Like when she went to the zoo with the kids.
Yeah, she had her double denim outfit on with just a black tank top.
And she had her little purse that was strapped around her body. It was cute.
She had her own bag.
Yeah.
It was cute.
It was very cute. But on the same time, I love when she gives us that because, it's just Mariah being a mom out on the town doing her thing.
Yeah, because, last week we were talking about the debut album and just kind of like researching that and just seeing old school Mariah in her jeans.
Right, and just like real laid back and not worried about like...
I love that Mariah.
I love that.
And she kind of vanished the last couple of years. She was wearing ball gowns all over the place.
Yeah, she became a glamazon, and I'm not mad at that.
Not mad, but it's a little...
But I like that she gives us a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Let's because bring it back down, also while she's been here in New York, she went to the Empire Season 2 premiere at Carnegie Hall, and she looked gorgeous. Yes. I swear to you, she does not age, because when I first saw that picture, I thought it was from an old picture from 2005.
The Emancipation Days. That's what I thought too.
I was like, oh my God.
Yes.
But no, that's current day. And I was like, you better get it. Work. So she had fun with that, and then she brought all the boys back to the Moroccan room.
Which I would love to hang
out in the Moroccan room.
I would die right there. On those pillows.
I know, right?
That's right.
Talk about lounging and luxuriating.
Yes.
I love that.
That's my dream.
Do you know... Okay, so this is a little bit of a sidebar, but this is on topic of Moroccan room. Yeah. Remember when a few weeks ago we were talking about Mariah giving away that pendant through like the St. Jude's like charity or whatever? There was a girl who won that.
Yes.
And she got to go to the Moroccan room.
Yes.
And I want to know who she is.
Yeah, part of the prize was you win the pendant and you get to go to Mariah's apartment with a couple of friends. And Mariah sings for you.
And I'm like, okay, who was that person? How come I only saw like one picture from that event of her in the Moroccan room with Mariah?
I bet she was locked down.
But like, she was not able to roam the apartment at her free will. Are you kidding me?
No.
But like, where is she? And like, I just feel like if had a lamb won that, oh my God, we would have gotten tons of information. But like, it's just some random girl. I hope she enjoyed it.
We need to investigate that.
Yeah.
We should get her on the show.
Yeah, let's see what she has to say. Come on, girl.
Actually, lambs, you need to lamb out and find this person.
If you're out there,
we need to
let us know. We want to know all the details.
Yeah, and lambs, like, tell us where to find her.
Yeah. Okay, so back to Mariah looking gorgeous here in New York.
Yeah.
So she went to the Empire Season 2 premiere with Courtney and Lee and all those folks.
Courtney's looking good too.
Nice and refreshed. I want to know more about their friendship.
Yeah, I bet it's hilarious.
I bet they have so much fun together.
Yeah, I think I would love to just hang out.
Right.
I want to hang out in the Moroccan room with Courtney
and Mariah. And maybe, like, who else would we want?
Oprah?
Well, definitely Oprah. Oprah goes everywhere. Yeah. Oprah is with us everywhere we go.
I
know. But then also last night, she was looking stunningly gorgeous at a Fashion Week event.
Yeah, she looked really good.
Oh, my gosh. Girl, you better slay them hoes.
That's when I like over-the-top Mariah.
Yes, that's when we love the over-the-top glamour. She looks so flawless.
Yes.
I love it.
And her hair is flat-ironed again.
Love it.
Like the rainbow days.
Mm-hmm. Like just nice straight. I think it's even a little lighter than it usually is. She went a little more blonde, but that's fine. I love that too.
But she's looking like the Emancipation Mimi days.
She really is. She looks great. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
But I love it.
It's great. Yes, perfect.
Okay, but also
we're on the right track. We're back on track.
We're back on track. We're getting all over the place. But little sidebar is at this event last night. Okay, because today's topic for the Lambily meeting are all Mariah's men's. So obviously we're going to be talking about Derek Jeter. Derek Jeter's current girlfriend, who I believe is a model of some sort. I don't know. She was at the event last night as well. I don't know if she came across Mariah or not. I think her name is Hannah or something.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure. I don't follow her, but she was also at the event. Very interesting.
Hang on, wait. Didn't Jeter get married?
I don't think so.
A couple of years ago?
No, I don't think so. Is he?
I thought he was going to get married.
Maybe he was engaged.
I could be totally making this up, but I swear he got married.
No, he did not get married. No,
could not
have been. No, because I would have seen pictures, and I would have been like, "Oh, that could have been
engaged."
Mariah. Could have been engaged.
Because I remember thinking, like, "Oh no." Now my dreams of them getting back together are ruined.
No, I don't think he got married, but he may have been engaged.
I'm going to look that up.
Okay. Yeah.
Because then I heard about a girlfriend. I thought, hang on a second, wasn't he married?
No, I don't think he was.
We'll talk about that. We can talk about that later.
I don't follow him. But anyways, is that all the moments we had this week?
What else are you doing? She was in Disneyland.
Right, Disneyland with the kids, looking
out there
good.
in LA.
And then she's just back here in New York doing things.
Yeah. I want to know when this film starts filming.
In October.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Well, I mean, if you lived in Ohio,
I want to be
there.
able
to go because they're looking for extras, and you have to write them an email, and they'll like whatever. But like that's if you want to go to Cincinnati, Ohio. Who wants to go to Cincinnati, Ohio? I actually went to Cincinnati, Ohio once to see Mariah on the Charm Bracelet tour.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, and I actually stayed in the same hotel as she did.
Yeah.
The Cincinnatian, which is like the only good hotel in the whole city.
Yeah.
Is it a city? It's a city.
I guess.
I don't know. If it's not New York, who knows?
Yeah.
So yeah, like it was very interesting because I got to meet all her people and everything because we stayed in the same hotel for like 3 days, but whatever.
Oh, wow.
That's Cincinnati. She's been there before. It's crazy. I actually went backstage.
You did?
On that show as well.
See, I went to the Rainbow. That's how I moved to America, or found New York. I came to the New York Radio City Music.
Yeah. It's great.
Show. It was a great show.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think I liked it that much. Because it had that really cheesy, now that I think about it, it had that really cheesy, like, circus PowerPoint video.
Loved that. Are you kidding me?
The, like, opening video?
Is, like, one of her best tours.
No, wait.
Totally.
I don't think so.
Oh.
The Charm Bracelet tour?
Yeah, the Charm Bracelet tour.
That, like, weird circus motif at the beginning freaked me out.
Yes, and they have, like, the guy on the stilts, and then, like, she's like, yeah. Oh, no, I loved it.
They could have taken
it with clown.
Yeah, but they could have, like, stepped it up a notch. Like, that animation, like, really... I thought it was a PowerPoint presentation.
Well, it probably was, Martin. Look at what we're talking about here. But I think it was a great tour.
I did like the circus theme.
It was her most extensive tour. She, like, went everywhere with it. And I think I saw, like, 5 shows.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was, like, all gung-ho. I spent all my money to see Mariah as a little younging.
Yeah, actually, I did, too.
Yeah.
I had to fly from Sydney to New York City.
Yeah. But, I mean, if you look at her shows, her tours, which we're going to have a Lambily meeting on her tours. Yeah. But Charm Bracelet definitely is, like, number 1 or 2.
I think it's when she started to get creative.
Yeah.
Or after, actually, the Rainbow Tour.
Rainbow Tour was, but Rainbow Tour, the stage production was a little bit bootleg, if you ask me. We're getting too into it. We're getting too into it. Okay.
Actually, they've all been bootlegged until recently. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, because
thanks to our new friend Corin,
David Corins, because now he's stepping up the game,
doing things for
Vegas
her.
is amazing, and the Christmas show is amazing.
I think now that she can see those shows, she has a vision of what her shows need to be in the future.
Like there's a standard that we want.
Yeah,
and we like that.
And we're holding you to it, Mariah.
Yeah, we should get David Corins on the show. We should talk to him, see what it's like.
Yeah,
where his ideas come from. How much is Mariah even involved in that?
I bet it's her vision. He just executes it really well.
Yeah. He does a lot of work, because I started like looking at his other work, and he does a lot of things. Yeah. Other stage productions, TV shows, theaters, everything. It's great.
He has great stuff.
He's a professional.
Yeah.
#professional. We love professionals.
Okay, I think we should start the meeting.
Let's start the meeting. Let's talk about these men's.
Mariah's men's.
Yes.
Wake up, Lambily.
Okay, guys, Lambily meeting.
Here we are.
We decided to talk about Mariah's men.
The men of Mariah. And, you might think that we're just talking, gossip here. But I think, because Mariah writes a lot of her songs, like this is a very, in-depth topic here, because obviously she writes a lot about love and heartbreak. So... These men have had something to do with it.
They are the source material for her music, for her writing.
She gets it from somewhere. So, that's why we want to talk about it, because, like, a lot of these people have meant a lot to Mariah throughout the years.
Yeah, and, unfortunately, most of them have broken her heart, but that's where we've got some of the best songs. The best songs have come out of that.
Yeah, and when we get to the Butterfly album, we're going to tell you who that's all about. Yeah. But we're going to start with the most recent. So James Packer, the Aussie guy.
The Aussie, which, Mariah springs these boyfriends on us out of nowhere.
I was completely shocked.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that they met like through Brett Ratner and whatnot, but I would just imagine that they would have known each other already, because Mariah's known Brett Ratner for years. I mean, decades. I mean, maybe they have, but...
I don't know how... James is more of a business person. He does a lot of casinos and things of that nature in Australia. Deals with Asia a lot. He's not really in the States so much. So he's probably just business partners with Brett Ratner trying to get into the film industry. I doubt he has a creative side. He's just probably financing the whole situation.
You remember when Mariah and Brett like went on like some birthday rendezvous together, and then like people were saying, "Oh, her and Brett are together."
Yeah,
I bet that's when actually she met James.
Yeah, that was probably his boat or something.
Yeah, that was probably around the same time. So now she has James Packer, a nice, distinguished gentleman, right?
Yeah, so
I mean, we like him so far.
Yeah, he's like, he's treating her well. He's Mariah looks like she's having a good time with him.
Yeah,
I think he's inviting her onto his holiday vacation, his trips, his properties. So she's just tagging along with him, which is great for her. She doesn't have to. She doesn't have to do the work.
She's not spending all her time, energy, and money on all of this. He's taking care of her like a lady should be taken care of.
Yeah. Also, he's used to the craziness that comes with Mariah. He's used to security details and
because he's lived. He comes from old money, right?
A lot of old money.
He knows what's going on. He knows, the standard of living and life that Mariah has.
Yeah, which I bet is really nice for Mariah. She can just relax, and if she needs to go outside and needs security, it's ready. No one's freaking out about it.
There you go. So, yeah, they've been spending a lot of their time together just, luxuriating, basically, all through Italy and Spain and Israel. They've been traveling a lot together, and they seem happy, so I like that. And I also really love that that necklace he gave her, that yellow diamond heart necklace is gorgeous.
Oh, yeah. It's pretty stunning.
So, I mean, we all like that. We like a man like that. A nice, sturdy man, right?
Exactly. He's not the most attractive man in the world, but hey, whatever.
Shoot.
Can't have everything.
I'll take him.
Well, especially since he's an Aussie, I bet the Aussie lambs are going to be seeing more of Mariah down there.
Right? I would imagine so.
That's where he conducts most of his business.
Yeah, so she'll probably be down under.
Yeah.
A lot more often. I mean, because now that Mariah's back in New York doing all these things, he's been spotted outside of her house.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. So, I'm sure she's going to make it to his home, but he probably has many homes, right?
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh, which, by the way, after that vacation, she looks amazing.
Oh, my God. She's great. I can't get enough of it. I cannot get enough of it. I keep seeing pictures of her, and it's like, amazing.
Like we just got some more pictures from the New York Fashion Week at that W magazine party.
Right.
It's seriously 2005 Mariah.
It really is. Like, it really is. She's an ageless beauty. Ageless beauty. I love it.
It looks like that pasta and pizza refreshed her. It made her younger.
It made her younger. It's like the fountain of youth with her. I don't know how she does it.
Oh, wow.
But, so I wish them well, and I hope things go really well for them. They seem to really be getting along.
Yeah. But, I think they get each other, too, because he's got a few marriages under his belt. He's got a couple of kids already.
Right. They're of a certain age. Mm-hmm. There's maturity there.
Yeah. They're both, I think they're both similar age as well.
Yeah, that's good. But then, as we move forward, or backwards, if you will, Nick Cannon came before that.
Yeah, unlike the last one.
Nick Cannon, I was never a fan of his, so it's hard for me to really say anything good about him.
Same. I tolerated him when we were forced.
At first I was so shocked that he and Mariah married. I mean, I didn't believe it. Yeah. I honestly did not believe it when I first heard it. I was like, this is not. Oh, yeah. I was like, I don't know whose bright idea to come up with that press release or something, that news story, because that's just way out of left field. Yeah. But apparently they've been, keeping it really undercover.
Do we even know how long they were dating? It was really quick.
It was very quick. It was it just a matter of weeks.
It was weeks, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, Mariah, don't marry people. There's a lesson to everybody. Don't be marrying people after a few weeks.
No, you can't do that. But, my biggest thing was when I finally was like, okay, this is real. This is happening. Mm-hmm. I was like, I really hope that she has a nice, solid, what do they call those marriage things?
Prenup.
a prenup
Yeah.
because I could just see something wasn't going to be right. But they seemed very happy together in the beginning.
They did for a while.
Super happy, really cute together. They did a bunch of fun things. They were all very, PDA, kissing and hugging and all kinds of stuff. So
they were, but I feel like, Nick kind of joked about being called Mr. Mariah. I think that wore down on him after a while because he just could not rise up to her level of fame.
And he never would, and he just kept trying and trying, and it's just like, sir, have a seat. Yes. Mariah's got this.
I mean, what's the most he accomplished? Like, host of America's Got Talent? What has he done?
I mean, he does a lot of things, but they're like little things, all over the place. I know he loves DJing, all out in the club.
Oh my gosh. I feel like I'm just bashing Nick, but when Mariah toured in Australia for the Triumphant Tour, he was her opening act, in quotation marks. He was the worst DJ I've ever come across. Horrible.
Poor Nick Cannon.
It was awful.
But the best thing that did come out of that relationship was the twins, them babies. Yeah, they're super adorable, and we love that.
Yeah, they are super cute, and they're ours. Like, they're gonna be ours forever.
So they're officially Lambily.
Yes, they are.
They're ours.
Well, thanks, Nick.
know. Yes, thank you, Nick, but you're excommunicated from the Lambily now, but we wish you well.
Yeah. And Mariah gave us that message that you're out the door via Infinity.
Okay. So now let's start talking about some of the songs, because obviously she hasn't written any songs about James Packer yet, but a lot of these other men in her life she's written songs about, like Infinity, which we assume allegedly is about Nick Cannon, but I think that's pretty obvious there.
Yeah. Well, most of Me, I Am Mariah is about Nick, or in the vein of breaking up with Nick.
I think it tells the story of the crumbling of their marriage. Yeah. And just my personal opinion on the crumbling of their marriage, I believe it started essentially right after the babies.
Yeah.
Because I think Mariah was looking for this idealistic family, the mom, dad, and, but Nick is always running around doing things.
Yeah. But also,
he was never home.
I think also her pregnancy was so difficult, it just probably put a big strain on their marriage. And he certainly did not help.
I think before the kids, they were able to run around and be kids themselves and live the lifestyle and everything's, fun and fabulous. But then when you're building a family, now you have kids and responsibility, you can't keep running around like that. And so I think Mariah just felt like, Nick is always somewhere, but not there for her.
But
essentially,
I think when it came down to the crunch, she was just a bit of an idiot as well. Because do you remember when he was on the radio show? He had that morning show. Who knows why? Why do you need a morning show? You got Mariah Carey as your wife. But anyway, he gave out. I think he was about to go on paternity leave, and he gave out their home number.
Oh, right.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And so, his co-host was freaking out, like, "Oh my god, is that real? You shut up. That's not your number." He's like, "Yeah, let's call it." It's like 7 a.m. They call the number. Mariah picks up, and he's like, Nick's like, "Oh,
she's not having it."
You answered. She's like, "Yeah, what do you mean?" He's like, "Oh, I just gave out the phone number." She was pissed. Like, grand freaking.
Yes, and I would be too. She is sitting up, laid up with the biggest belly ever, with 2 babies in it, and this one's playing games on a radio show with their private life.
Total idiot.
I think that was another thing that Mariah didn't like, is Nick Cannon has a big mouth.
Yes.
He just doesn't shut up.
No.
Mariah likes to keep certain things very private about her life, which she should, because, otherwise, whatever. But he didn't have a problem putting their business out on Front Street.
No, he just...
I don't think I appreciated it. Not at all.
No. I don't think anyone did.
I don't think so.
Well, he handled the divorce well, because if he screwed up too much, the Lambs would have come down on him pretty hard.
Yeah, well, I think because we don't officially know what exactly the breakup was about, we can't really go for him.
Mm-hmm.
And Mariah's not made any comments about it. So, which I think is very smart because, you know, once you start making comments about it, then you're feeding the fire, you're feeding the flame of people to start talking.
Yeah.
And, you know, you don't want that because I think the last thing she ever wanted was to divorce Nick. I think she kept trying and trying and trying to make it work and just, you know, married to someone like Nick, there's just no change in him.
Yeah.
There's just no change in him.
I think he was probably too focused on trying to make some sort of career.
Right.
It just didn't work out.
He was thirsty.
He was thirsty.
He was thirsty.
But, you know, I really think that she did love him in the beginning. There was definitely, they were head over heels.
Yeah.
She was writing love story and triumphant and all those
and
things.
And The Impossible, which, you know, was a really nice song. I love the lyrics in Impossible.
Yeah, beautiful song.
Really good. But, you know, all things must come to an end.
Yes. So thank you, Nick.
We appreciate you.
But you gotta go.
But you gotta go.
You're leaving out the door.
Before we get off the topic of Nick Cannon, I just want to say how crazy it was in the way in which they met. Because Nick always said, "Oh, I wish this into existence." Like, it was like, you know, he's like, I wanted Mariah Carey, and he like put it out there in the world. Like he was like the author of The Secret or something.
Yeah.
And they finally met in like 2005 at like the Teen Choice Awards, some award where you win a surfboard.
Right. Whatever that is.
And that was the first time they actually had met, but they didn't start seeing each other until like the Equals MC Squared era.
Right.
Which was like whatever, almost 2 years later.
Yeah.
Because Mariah was actually in a very private relationship with Mark Sudak, who worked for Def Jam.
Is he that cute guy with the shaved head, like a dark
yeah.
shaved head?
Very handsome. He cleaned up really nice. He was with her at the Grammys.
Yeah, he was sitting next to her.
Yeah, and they went to like the Golden Globes. He was everywhere, but like again, Mariah never said, "Oh, we're dating." There was never a confirmation of that. Like she kept it really low key, really private. So I mean, we're just being together, but they were together. Like that's just what it is. Yeah. But we don't really have any specifics on their relationship.
No, but he was around.
He was always around. Like he was always around. So. That. And he was cute, so...
Yeah, you know, Mariah's sometimes good at secretly dating people. She know, sometimes she keeps stuff on the down low.
She definitely can.
But us lambs find out.
We all find out one way or another. Because another secret, and I don't know where this falls in her timeline of men, but Demiza, the producer, radio guy...
Yeah, what song did they do together?
Well, they
Kiss Me? No, not that.
No, they did Cry Baby and the I Still Believe remix.
Oh, yeah.
And then they did like a couple of mixtape things like on the side. But I don't know when they started like actually singing. He wrote a book.
Oh, yeah.
And Mariah's people like sent him a cease and desist letter and said, "No, you can't publish that, blah, blah, blah." Oh. But apparently... a couple years after he went to like some tabloid or something and started talking about like his relationship and said that they started as friends and, you know, the business working relationship and they're very, very friend. And then it became like, you know, love interest and blah, blah, blah. And then like he just couldn't handle it anymore. His life was just like spiraling out of control. So like they had to end it. But I don't know what years those fall into because they knew each other for quite a long time. And, you know, they probably went in and out of that relationship with them and whatnot. So...
Did you ever hear that she was dating Debrat?
You know, I wouldn't put it past Debrat. She was trying to get some of that, and I ain't mad at her. I am not mad at her at all.
You know, people keep telling me that, but
I don't know. Mariah would go down that level.
I don't know.
But that lane.
Yeah.
I don't know if Mariah would be into that. But I'd bet Debrat she was getting something.
Maybe.
I mean... Brat's real cute. I mean, actually, if you see Debrat in person, because I've met her like a couple of times.
Yeah.
Because she's from Chicago. Hey, Chicago. I met her actually once in a drag queen bar. And I was like, oh my God, that's Mariah. I mean, that's Debrat. Oh my God, I have to go say hi. Yeah. She's actually quite beautiful in person. Like,
really?
She looks better in person. Like, she has really nice skin, and she was really put together. Which is something you don't think about with Debrat, but you know, they had their friendly moments, I'm sure.
Okay. Okay, well, speaking of like non-relationships but not, how about freaking Eminem getting involved?
Right?
What's his problem?
He had a relationship with Mariah. Like, let's get real.
I think he did in his mind.
I think he did in his mind. Now, I'm sure that maybe they had some sort of adult activities together, but they never dated. Mm-hmm. He never put it in. No. None of that happened. No. None of that happened. But he wants to act like they did because he grew up having a crush on her, and he wants to get that and blah, blah, blah. But he's just a clown. Yeah. And I don't know. He's so obsessed with her.
You know, I read something in People magazine back in the day, and it was along the lines of he kept trying to say that they had a relationship, and he was mad that she was denying it. And then her comeback was, you know, I'm curious as to why he's so obsessed with me. Clearly, something's askew with him.
Clearly.
Insinuating. He's got a mental problem.
He's got a couple of screws loose up there.
Yeah.
But, you know, the war with songs between two of them back and forth with, like, you know, the songs that he wrote about Mariah and then her, like, comebacks and all of that.
Yeah.
I mean, it made for good, like, you know, gossip fodder, I suppose.
Yeah, because he kept coming for her.
But there was nothing there. I don't believe it. Yeah. And she's not going to just sit there. Mm-hmm. But either way, I don't think there was really that much between them. But it was fun to, you know, watch everybody freak out over it. Because I just don't think I don't think Mariah's like that. She's a lady. Mm-hmm. But prior to that, or around the same time, or right after, like, Luis Miguel was Eminem. So Luis Miguel and Mariah had dated for a few years.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. I was so sad.
I thought they were so cute together.
I felt that pain.
I know, and I love the way that they met. They met when they were in Aspen, and they both rented houses for, you know, the winter, and the realtor sort of hooked them up, which is so cute.
She told us that on Oprah, right?
Yes, I believe that is.
I remember that story.
Yeah, it's super cute, and I love it. And she, again, with Luis, just like she was with Nick, was very cute about it. Mm-hmm. She just seemed really in love.
She did.
You know.
Do you remember when Mariah used to call up her website and just leave voice messages back in the day?
Yeah.
Before all the social media and stuff. There was one really cute one, and she's like, "Hey Lambs, I'm just lying here in bed about to get some rest, and someone just came in the room," and it was Lewis.
It was like their sexy... I don't remember that.
It was kind of cute. It was like
Oh my gosh.
It was kind of like they're about to get in bed together. Pretty much.
They probably were.
Yeah, she's like, "Hey, come say something." He's like, "Oh, hey, everybody." She's like, "No, say it in Spanish." That is like so
Oh my
cute.
God, I want to listen to that because I haven't listened to those in so long. And I'm going to have to find that because I recall that one. And that one seems super cute.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Because, you know, their love was really good together. They you know, she could find something, like, they could relate in the way because they were both huge celebrities.
Yeah, he's a huge celebrity in Latin America.
So I think they had like a nice camaraderie because they both knew what their lifestyle was like, you know?
And actually, do you know what? I was just kind of reflecting on, you know, connecting songs to her men. I think We Belong Together is about Lewis, because I can remember reading an interview with Mariah, and she was talking about their relationship, and she said, "Oh, what I love about him is that he has the same schedule as mine, and even if he's overseas working, we can be on the phone and just talk until the sun comes up."
Oh.
I remember her saying that. And in We Belong Together,
that's interesting.
Who's going to talk to her till the sun comes up?
Hey, you know, that's a really good point, because I don't think I ever really I love We Belong Together, but I don't ever think I really thought about who that song was about.
I really think it's Lewis.
But that would make total sense.
Yes.
I mean, it would make total sense. I don't know, Lambs, what do you guys think?
Yeah.
I think that sort of fits in the whole thing. Let us know. I think We Belong Together could be for Louise, because we know Thank God I Found You was.
Yep.
And she was very grateful for that.
She was very in love. Because by the time she would have started writing We Belong Together, it would have been not long after their breakup, a couple of years.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Like, they say she started writing in 2004. It's only like 3 years later. It's not that.
Yeah, it's not that
far away. Yeah.
And she didn't have much else going on in terms of love during that time.
No.
So I think it's safe. That's a safe bet. I would make that bet. But
Lambs, chime in.
We're just speculating here, but let us know, Lambs. We want to know what you guys think.
Yeah. Now, do you think Louis contributed to the breakdown meltdown when they broke up?
I think I'm gonna say yes. But only because it was a small piece of the puzzle that was crumbling, because it wasn't just the ending of the relationship. Mm-hmm. It was like Mariah's entire life was crumbling.
Yeah,
like she was she was holding everything up on her own shoulders, because she just finally got out of that whole Tommy and Sony Columbia Records thing. So she was doing everything. So she was overworking herself. Mm-hmm. And I mean, you think, the whole people trashing her for glitter, the breakup of a boyfriend that she really enjoyed and loved, and then just everything sort of crumbling down. So I do think it played a part in it, because I mean, wouldn't anybody have a breakdown after?
Of course.
after that,
just to end, let's wrap up Lewis. But I was maybe stalking him at 1 a.m. just the other day. On the Google, he hasn't aged too well, so we haven't missed out too much.
Okay, good to know.
Gravity's got a hold of him.
Oh my! I'm going to have to Google him too. I'm going to have to stalk Mariah's ex-boyfriend. Wow. But we wish him well, and we enjoy him.
I know we got some good songs out of him.
I just hope that he didn't break Mariah's heart by cheating on her, because I think Bet you're going to know from memoirs about him.
Probably
about that. You know what I mean? But either way, let's move on to bigger and better and more beautiful men.
Well, do you know who has held up well?
So,
my favorite boyfriend.
Yeah. Derek Jeter. He is so sexy.
That was so good together.
I bet had they met at a different time in both of their lives, they would still be together.
Yeah, like an old,
because they were so young. They were so young that who knows what you're really getting into? It's like
no
puppy love. I think he's younger than her, right?
I think like a couple of years.
He's a couple of years younger than her, and he was not used to the spotlight and all the fame and everything, and now he's dating the biggest pop star on the earth.
Yeah, well, in his
I don't think he was able to handle that.
In his biography, he mentioned that, I met Mariah and she was really sweet and I loved her, blah, 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 blah. But what happened was he was used to this level of fame and he was a superstar at the time, at the top of his game in baseball. But when he started dating Mariah, it just turned into something completely enormous that he's just not used to, the level of attention.
Right. He was just catapulted into the stratosphere of fame, and it's just that's a lot for someone to handle, especially being young.
It freaked him out.
Yeah, and but I think they were really good together. I think Mariah, she loved his family. She loved that he was interracial. Everything, loved it all. And now they met at Mariah was, I believe they met at a Fresh Air Fund gala.
Yeah,
in November or December of '96 or something.
And she was still married.
She was still married. But I think once she saw Derek, she was like, "This is it. I'm out, honey. I'm living it. I'm getting it in."
She wanted a taste of honey.
Oh, and she got her taste of I mean, yes, I'd taste that honey too. But okay, so when we look at the whole Jeter situation and everything, even though their relationship was very short, I think it was very profound for Mariah because essentially, I feel that the bulk of the Butterfly album is about their relationship.
Yeah,
starting with Honey. They was up on the roof doing something.
And then he called her and said, I care for you, but he's just not in love.
Yeah.
And she had to have a
breakdown. But I mean, seriously, all of those songs, like 4th of July and even like My All, I think are all Derek related, 100%. Yeah.
She was obviously just head over heels and inspired by him. And
yeah. I mean, who wouldn't be?
And devastated by their breakup because especially My All, she was lying in bed at night, couldn't sleep. She's like, "Where's my baby doll?" Yeah, she had a pen and paper out, and she was just like bleeding into her writing.
And we love that. We got some. I mean, the Butterfly album, like, just hands down, it's everything.
Everything.
Like, but we'll have a whole Lambily meeting about that in time when the time comes.
I'm actually scared to tackle that album. I think we need to have at least 5.
I know, right?
Editions.
Part 1, 2,
who knows?
3, 5.
Yeah.
So a genius all the way around. But I also think that not a lot, but some of the songs that are on Charm Bracelet are directly related to Derek Jeter. Mm-hmm. Like, because if you look at Lullaby, some of the lyrics like relate directly to Mariah, like, hey, how you been? Say hello to your family for me, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. But there's one part in there, I think it's towards the bridge or something, where she basically samples the roof and talks about the roof in Lullaby, and that like goes back to the Butterfly album, The Roof. So I'm like, okay, that's like a whole full circle thing there. So Lullaby, which Derek loved Mariah, like everyone did growing up, and he had like the poster of Mariah on his bedroom wall and everything, and his favorite song was Love Takes Time. So he would always be like, oh, I love Love Takes Time. It's like a lullaby for me, like, can you sing it? He would always ask her to sing it and everything and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So I think the whole song Lullaby is about Love Takes Time is the lullaby that Derek wanted Mariah to sing for him, blah, blah, blah. Again, I don't know where I get this information. Yeah. I could be making this up all in my head, but that's what a lamb does.
That's our job, is to decipher the code.
I mean, I spent many hours thinking about that. So I think Lullaby, and even Subtle Invitation. I think Subtle Invitation is also towards Derek.
Well, I feel like the Charm Bracelet album is directed to Jeter and Lewis. It's like a combination.
I mean, it could be. It absolutely could be. But I do think that Subtle Invitation is not so subtle of an invitation is for Jeter, because towards the end, if you listen really, really closely, she says something like, I'll sing that song that you like, blah, blah, blah. And I think she's referring to Love Takes Time from the lullaby that Derek liked, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Also, do you think that in Memoirs, the song Standing O is directed to Jeter?
I mean, it could be.
Because when I heard those lyrics, when I heard her sing that, I instantly thought Jeter. Because he's like the man of the hour. Because at that time, he was kind of wrapping up his career. Remember?
I mean, Standing O.
Yeah,
it could be. Mm-hmm. I would have to listen to that again, and I'd have to like spend a couple hours and get down to business with that.
All right.
But I think that whole relationship was beautiful, and I loved everything about it. And Derek, how you doing? How you doing?
Yeah. So the big man, the final man of Mariah's life that we're going to talk about.
The man who started it all.
Yeah.
I think she claims that, Mariah years ago claimed that there were only 5 men that she can count. Or she can count all her men on one hand. I think she said that he was her number 1.
Yeah.
I don't know if I believe that, but I mean, it's totally possible.
Yeah.
Totally possible. Although Brenda K. Starr was on the Wendy Williams show like a couple years ago, trash talking. Not the TV show, but the radio show.
Yeah.
This was like 2006 or something, and she was trash talking talking to Mariah because like, oh, Mariah didn't buy me a house. Bitch, get your own house.
Yeah.
But she said, because, Wendy obviously asked her, like, oh, do you think Mariah lost her virginity to Tommy Mottola? And she was like, she was just, I don't think she said anything, but she sort of sounded really shady, like,
Really?
You take a guess. You know what I mean? But whatever. We wish you luck, Brenda. So Tommy Mottola and Mariah, obviously we all know how they met. Very business.
We know the story.
Yeah. But I think from the get-go, Tommy Mottola, for how old he was and focused on business, he should have kept it at that. Because it did no good for Mariah, And what are you going to do when there's this big, powerful man who wants to, give you everything in life?
Yeah.
And you're not interested in that, but you're going to say, yeah, just yeah.
I know.
You know what I mean?
He really treated her well. I read an unauthorized biography about Mariah, and they kind of went into detail about what Tommy did for her. And by the end of it, I kind of felt what she would have been feeling. Like, okay, he did really sweep her off her feet, and he really lifted her up in terms of her career, and developed her sound, and he wasn't all that horrible to her in the beginning.
But I don't think there was ever nastiness between them. But here's the thing: you can't build a relationship off of like business. I don't think they really ever had like true love for each other. I think they loved each other as people, but the entirety of their relationship was based around business.
Well, first of all, she was way too young.
It's just not a good thing. Way too young. And he was way too old. He was married with children that are like basically Mariah's age. You can't do that. Like, it's just not good.
It was just a mess.
But it was just very, very messy. And, Mariah had to fight for her life to get out of there.
Yeah.
What does she say in Petals? She fled to save her sanity.
Exactly. And also,
Petals.
I don't think that any of Mariah's early songs when she was with Tommy are about Tommy.
No.
She wasn't feeling him at all to write about him.
No, she wasn't writing nothing about him, even though I think she dedicated the Music Box album to him. That's just semantics. That's just politics. That's just what you do because you're a celebrity. And if you don't, then it's like blah, blah, blah. People are going to be like, eh.
Yeah.
But anyways, I think that Petals is one of the first that really directly go and sort of mention the life she had. Now, because obviously the song Butterfly, I remember her saying in an interview once that she wrote Butterfly from the perspective of Tommy, wishing that he would say this to her, like, go spread your wings and fly, and if you're come back to me, you will, and blah blah blah. Like, she would dream of like him saying that, like letting her go, blah blah blah. So that's, I think, where Butterfly goes with that. But then with, like, she mentions, fled to sanity, this, that, and the other. She also mentions in there my younger brother, younger sister, who I think she's referring to Mariah or to Tommy Mottola's children that she had a relationship with, because they were like around the same age. And I think she got very close to them. So I think she talks about them in the Petals song. She talks about a lot of people in the Petals song. Her sister, Walter A., Tommy, his kids. There's a lot going on in that song. It's very deep.
Very personal.
Very personal. Very personal.
What did you think when you heard Side Effects on E=MC²?
First of all, it's one of my favorite songs.
It's a pretty good song.
Album. It should have been a single.
But
I mean, it just goes to show that when you're that young, those effects, that abuse, that emotional abuse sticks with you for a long time, because now you don't know who you can trust, what you can do, and it just sets you up for failure for the rest of your life. So I mean, obviously the song's about Tommy, but I love that song, and I'm glad that she could like let all of that out, because it's really true. I mean, if anyone's been in a relationship when you're like early and think it's all like, bubblegum and rainbows, and it's really not, because you don't know any better. And then when it falls apart, you're like, oh shit, what did I do?
I bet she was,
or what did that person do to me? They don't do that.
I bet she was so happy to get out of that marriage and that whole situation.
whole situation.
Thanks, Tommy, for specifically in the beginning of her career. But see ya.
I mean, it's true, though. It's true. Like, he helped her in many, many ways. So I think, we got to give him credit for that. And, he just wrote his autobiography. And, he obviously talks a lot about Mariah in there. And he really has nothing bad to say, But I think now looking back on it, he's like, yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that. But,
Well, Mariah's had some good men in her life.
Some good ones, some crazy ones.
We've got some great songs out of them.
We've got some great music out of it. So I'm not mad. Everything happens for a reason.
I know. Let's see what we get out of James. What kind of
that'll
music?
Be interesting.
I know. All right, Lambs.
Continued.
Yeah. Let's wrap up the meeting and stay tuned because we have our first guest. It's my neighbor, Catherine Heizer, and she attended Mariah's first wedding to Tommy.
Ooh.
She was in there checking it out.
Okay, let's see what she has to say.
All right, stay tuned. Okay, guys, so we need to welcome our first guest, Catherine Heizer. Welcome.
Thank you, Martin, and
Dan.
And Dan. I'm so glad to be here.
Okay, so Kathy is one of my neighbors, and she's a great dressmaker. Hand sews a lot of her work, mostly, right?
That's right. It's custom couture, mostly for performing artists.
Oh, and how long have you been doing that?
38 years.
Wow.
So I'm retired now and enjoying that as well.
Oh, good.
But I had some very beautiful, amazing, gifted artists come through the door here at 145.
Uh-huh. And so you told me that you were at Mariah's first wedding.
I was, and I'll tell you about it if you like.
Well, how did that come
about? Yes, please.
How did it come about?
Yeah.
I was invited to be the choir mother of the St. Thomas Boys and Men's Professional Choir, located at a church called St. Thomas Episcopal on 5th Avenue and 53rd.
Uh-huh.
And the children are for the grades 4, 5, and 6. Mm-hmm. I had 38 little youngsters in professional English costumes and about 10 or 12 paid professional male singers, grown-ups. And into this atmosphere came Mariah Carey.
Uh-huh.
I was called and invited to take care of the boys, help them dress, to prepare for her wedding on a Saturday, somewhere between 92 and 97. That's how long I took care of the boys.
Okay.
And I said, oh, sure, I'll be happy to do that. I wasn't a particular fan of hers, but it sounded like it would be an exciting Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, if you got nothing else to do.
So I went and prepared the children. They wore beautiful scarlet red cassocks and white surplices over them. And the church was abuzz with Mariah Carey coming. She was to marry Tommy Mottola, whose name I did not know at that time, but a very important businessman in the music industry, no?
Mm-hmm.
And the church was glorious with white flowers tied to the ends of the pews and white candles. And we took our places, and the entire staff of priests had been engaged, and the choir, and the organist, Jerry Hancock, who is a very famous musician, quite famous in the liturgical world. And so we all took our places, and the groomsmen all came out, and they're in a location next to the high altar of St. Thomas. They're in an undercroft, sort of a gallery where the organist plays. And there was Robert De Niro. He was one of the groomsmen, which I got a huge charge out of. Well, Mariah's wedding started almost a whole hour late.
That's
she
normal.
was late.
Normal Mariah time.
Normal.
Yeah.
Anyhow, the audience filled up, or the church, the sanctuary, the main sanctuary of the church. And the boys were very agitated and excited because they heard that Christy Brinkley was in the audience.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Wow.
And she was at her absolute
She was
peak.
still married to Billy Joel at the time?
I think so, yes.
So,
Oh, yes.
Uh-huh.
And Barbara Streisand was there.
Wow.
And the choir mommies and daddies, the choir boys' parents, were relegated to the balcony. But they were...
Where were you in the church?
I was walking around and standing around in the... I can't think of the name. One of the vaulted rooms where the organist plays and the choir gathers.
Okay.
Not in full view of the audience. I waited there with everyone. And to hold up John Andrew, who was the then rector, was quite something. I can only imagine what they paid for the entire church, the facility of that amazing church, shut off to the public, which, by the way, is wrong. Did you know that a wedding is a matter of society, public...
like a public event?
A public event,
Wow.
because it's engineered by society.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
That makes sense.
Yeah, it makes total
so
sense.
just
I mean,
that's
especially
right.
if it's in a church.
It's a matter that the citizenry is allowed to go to any wedding. Should be.
Wow.
So I was quite struck by the fact that the church was closed off.
Yeah.
I don't know if they really told people they absolutely couldn't come in, but I think they might have. Fifth Avenue was just crowded with cars. People getting off in limousines and so forth. Anyhow, finally the service began. And down the aisles came the bridesmaids, all in strapless gowns. Very L.A., all suntan, golden hair dribbling down their shoulders. Not one of them had a shortcut.
Yeah.
And finally Mariah came down, and she was quite pretty in her wedding dress, and an amazing bouquet. And her groomsman and groom met her at the altar, and the whole thing took place.
Now, as a dressmaker, what did you think of her dress?
Well, I thought it was interesting, but I thought it was pretty risque for St. Thomas Church.
Oh, really?
Wow. The Episcopalians are notoriously fairly conservative.
But
it was real L.A. look. The suntan girls with the beautiful bosoms.
Yeah. Because, she was trying to emulate Princess Diana's wedding.
Do we know this?
Yeah, it's a known fact.
Oh, really?
Did you think her dress kind of matched up to...
I think it did. It was a little too low, but it was... She looked very pretty.
It was off the shoulder, too.
Way off the shoulder. A lot of shoulder and chest showing.
Yeah.
But he was kind of 5 o'clock shadow and not that happy to be in a tails, but it was very formal.
And was it a long wedding?
It took... Well, it's not too long. The Episcopal service is not...
If you add the hour wait time,
yes,
I'm sure...
Do you want to guess what that must have cost these people to engage John Andrew, the rector of St. Thomas?
Yeah,
right.
Because he was kind of like a diplomat of the city. Be like Cardinal O'Connor to the Catholics.
I think I just saw something, Forbes magazine released a list of most expensive weddings. I think it was number 8.
Tony Mottola and Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
Who was number 1?
Oh, I can't remember right now. But
maybe it was
I'll have to look that up.
The new prince and his lady.
Oh, probably.
We like them.
Yes, that was a gorgeous wedding.
Oh, that was a really nice wedding.
Really nice.
Very nice wedding.
But
anyhow.
But yeah, of course Mariah would be an hour late. But I think she looked great. I thought
she was pretty and modest and in behavior, certainly. I mean, the service came off very quietly and with good manners. The most remarkable thing was the children. They were so buzzed by Christy Brinkley being there, and she had on a diamond choker.
Oh, yeah?
Or a rhinestone choker, something very glitzy. And she was dishy. The
wow.
children were all a buzz.
All the little boys.
Yeah.
What did you think of Mariah marrying Tommy, who was obviously a lot older than she?
I don't know much about these people, and they're not in my kind of department of entertainment. I'm more of a classic music lover. So, but I knew it was going to be a big event, so I got myself down there to take care of the boys.
Wow.
That's about all I can remember, but it's a standout memory.
It's pretty good.
It is. I mean, in as many years as I've loved Mariah, I've never known anyone who like had any sort of insight or was at the wedding or near the wedding or had anything to do with it. So it's very exciting to hear this from you.
And you realize she was in the same church as Consuelo Vanderbilt. I mean, this is the high society church of New York.
It is,
not St. Pat's.
I just actually walked by the church maybe like a week ago, and it looks like they've cleaned it. Like the brick, everything is so bright.
It's almost too bright to look at. It used to be dark gray.
It used to be dark, and now it's so bright. It stands out. It's a beautiful church.
Did you go inside?
I didn't go in, but
it's very austere. It's very beautiful and very serene.
One of these days, I'm going to have to, just for...
Stop in there.
Yeah.
Anyhow, those are my memories, gentlemen.
Well,
that's fun. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
You're very
really
welcome.
Appreciate it.
That's really great insight.
I know, and to think it was so long ago.
92 to 97. We'd have to look up the date of her wedding.
I think it was summer of 93.
Right?
So I think June of 93, I want to say.
And she wasn't really that famous compared to today.
No, she wasn't. It was early on in her career. It was
very early.
I'll tell you who else were great friends of St. Thomas, if I can have another moment.
Of course.
Jessie Norman used to sing gratis with our choir. She adored St. Thomas. Joan Fontaine, the great actress, film star, which you youngsters probably don't know much about, but she's very beautiful. Joan Fontaine, look her up.
I will.
And the other was the great millionaires. Used to sit in the choir loft to watch the services. Oh, I can't summon up her name now. Her son brought a lawsuit against her for not leaving him the money.
Oh, my.
Oh, was the hotel lady?
Maybe. I'm sorry, I can't think of her name right at the moment.
It's fine.
Astor.
Oh, yeah.
Mrs. Astor.
Yes,
she was a good friend.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Wow.
And thanks to John Andrew, who was a great social creature in the city, we had these illustrious people that would come and become really quite part of the church.
Wow.
Interesting.
Had you ever seen Tommy or Mariah there before?
No, I never did. Nor any of the other celebrities. I'm sure there were some really amazing people in the audience, but those are a few I mentioned are the only ones I remember.
Well, I mean, even now, Christy Brinkley and Robert De Niro, they're like still big names.
Big stars. He's just come out in a new film, And they leaned against the wall waiting, chatting and laughing and talking. I watched De Niro. He was just one of the group.
So interesting.
Well, thanks for coming and telling us this.
Okay, Martin and Daniel.
Yes.
I enjoyed it very much.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, it's time for Lamb Mail.
Our favorite part.
Yes, it is. And don't forget to follow us at Lambily Meeting on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And tell your friends, and please share us on your page, and let all your other Lambily friends know about us. And, we're still in the growing phase, so we appreciate any help that you can give.
And all your feedback too. Like we wanna know, we wanna hear what you think about all these meetings, all these topics, all these situations.
Oh, hey Dan, guess what?
Yeah.
So I was looking at our SoundCloud, that's who hosts our podcast, and they give us statistics about people around the world.
Right.
So, and
like
so
where our listeners are,
where they are, and how many, etc. So, guess our number one audience is America, as you expect. Number 2 is Australia.
Yes.
Number 3 is Iran.
Home free. Yeah. Get out of here. That is so strange.
Isn't that cool?
But that's amazing.
I know there's lambs in Iran.
Yeah, we have lambs in. Oh my gosh, I love that.
All over. So hey, reach out to us. We want to hear from you.
Reach out to us. Let us know what the Lambily life is like in Iran there.
Yeah, and also you got Lambily around the world, so you're never alone.
Yeah, you're never alone. Anytime you need a friend.
Yeah, we're here.
We'll be there.
Just hashtag Lambily meeting. We'll find you.
Yes.
Anyway.
Okay. So what lamb mail do we have in our bag today?
Well, Alex on Facebook said, "I love your podcast, guys. I can seriously listen the entire day. All Mariah Carey."
I could basically do the same thing too, and I basically do. So I love that there are other lambs out there who do the same as I.
Thanks, Alex.
So thank you, Alex. Appreciate it.
Who else?
We also have a little note from Juan, and he says, "Hi guys, I'm lambing out to the 4th episode. I just got sidetracked to the BET Blueprint performance. That's the Vision of Love performance that we talked about in our last episode." And he says, "That's my favorite live version ever." And it really is. If you guys haven't checked it out, go to our YouTube page and have the playlist of all the videos that we talked about in that episode. And he goes on to say he really loves the podcast. Keep up the good work. And we will do our best.
Thanks,
Lamb Juan.
Thanks, Juan. Gracias.
Gracias.
We also have Robert.
Yes, Robert is one of our younger lambs.
Yeah, we were talking about younger lambs. We love younger lambs.
I know. It's so fascinating to me that, like, I was like 8 years old when I discovered Mariah with, her debut. But like, it's so fascinating to hear from other people when they fall in love with Mariah, especially nowadays.
Yeah. Well, Robert says he was 16 when he first heard Touch My Body, Mariah's music. He was avoiding the older stuff, but then he started to explore it and get into it. And then he says that one of his faves is All in Your Mind from the first album.
From the debut album, which is a great song. Her voice in that just goes up, 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 and it's a great song. But I love that, like, young lambs can get into her, look backwards, look current day, and look to the future, and really see this amazing body of work that she has, and how she's evolved through the decades. It's really amazing.
Yeah, it's great. And our producer Jairus, he made a really good point to me one time a while ago. We were talking about Mariah's voice and just the state it's in. It's still good, but it's just not as fluid as it was in the beginning, which is obvious and fine, whatever. But thank God it's been documented.
Which is fine.
Thank God we have this. Thank God we have this body of work.
Have all of that, like, for eternity.
Yeah.
Because no one can never do it like Mariah. No one.
I doubt it if anyone ever will.
It comes across once in a lifetime. I'm telling you.
Yeah. So that's it.
Sorry, Ariana Grande, you were born in the wrong generation, because Mariah's here, you'll never be anything. Sorry, I love you. I love your high snatched pony and everything, but there's only one Mariah.
Yes, that's right.
All right, I think that's all we have for Lamb Mail this week. But remember to send us more, guys. We want to, of course, hear everything and share what you guys have to say with all the lambs out there.
Yes.
So hashtag Lambily meeting, and like us on Facebook and Twitter and all of that, and we'll keep in touch.
Also, find us on iTunes and hit subscribe, because then you can forget about it, and every new episode will just automatically go to your phone.
Up for you. If
you've got an Android, download the SoundCloud app. We're right there. That's where we are based, and we're on YouTube. Yeah.
So we got everything covered, guys.
I think
no matter what your technological ability is, we got something for you. YouTube, Facebook, SoundCloud, iTunes, everything. There. We're covering all bases.
Yeah. Okay, Dan, listen, we've gone over time, so let's wrap it up.
We gotta go.
Thanks, lambs. Thanks for listening.
Bye-bye, everyone.
What are we doing next episode?
Next episode. We can't forget to let you know. Next episode, what are we doing? B-sides. Songs. Yeah. All those songs that never made it on a Mariah album, yet we still love.
Yes.
So send us all your favorite, like, unheard or unknown Mariah songs, and we'll talk about them. We'll go and spill the tea on all those songs.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a fun one, because she has some really cool unreleased stuff.
One of my favorite unreleased is Skydive. Don't let me get started now. I'll save it for next week.
Okay. Also, guys, we apologize for the wonky sound. We're having technical issues, but bear with us.
Bear with us. We're there. We're making it happen.
Yeah. All right. See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening. We just want to thank our Lambily meeting team.
Created and hosted by Martin Burgess
and Dan Enriquez, our producer Jairus Steed,
and our graphic designer Sean Marks.
Thank you.